I had a question on Matthew 11, verse 14, talking about, and it says, and if you are willing to accept it, John himself is Elijah who was to come. What does that title mean for John the Baptist? And just trying to understand that passage.
Yeah, Matthew 11:14. If you are willing to accept it, John himself is the Elijah who is to come. The Old Testament closes with the promise of Elijah coming, okay? The promise of Elijah coming before the great and terrible day of the Lord, right?
In Malachi.
Yeah, Malachi. That's how the Old Testament ends. That the Messiah is going to come in a great time of judgment, but prior to him, Elijah is going to come. When the angel talks to Zacharias, the father of John the Baptist, he says to him, he will come in the spirit and power of Elijah, right? If Israel had responded to the offer of the kingdom, John would have been that Elijah. In other words, if they had acknowledged their Messiah the first time, I mean, this is hypothetical, but if they had acknowledged Christ when he came and offered them the kingdom, if they had followed through, for example, on the triumphal entry, when they hailed him as the Son of David and the Messiah, if they had followed through on that and embraced him as Lord and Messiah, theoretically the kingdom would have come. Therefore, John would have been that Elijah. And with the coming of the kingdom, the judgment would have come then. But we know that they rejected the king. They therefore rejected the kingdom. The kingdom was postponed to his second coming. And again, I think that's the essence of, you can read the notes in the commentary I wrote on Matthew and give you a little more information on that. But our Lord is simply saying, if you had believed, he would have been that Elijah. It wasn't that necessarily Elijah himself was coming, but John was declared to be in the spirit and power of Elijah, a prophet prior to the arrival of Messiah to set up his kingdom. Okay?